Can you just not?
With what?
With your idiotic terms. It's like people dabbing for no apparent
I
reason.
used to dab, fam.
Nah, you need to be euthanized.
I used to dab a lot. Like yesterday.
That's just cancer. We are prepared as usual. Okay, there you go. Welcome everyone to the Extremely Average podcast, hosted by Goat and Red. You know, just your two average guys with nothing to do, entertaining you with an extremely average podcast.
Wow, that was actually quite fast. I was not expecting that.
Come,
Like
you need to
you
get
just,
people
you.
excited and like ready for this episode that they watch longer.
Oh
You know?
yes. Because we have seen that everybody's just dropping off like what 16 seconds in. It's like okay, dropped.
Yeah. So if the intro is 16 seconds long, they'll already be bored
Uh,
by the time we get to the first topic. So
oh well, I'm it's okay by now. I'm Red, the anime profile, and the cute goat now is goat. It's trying to
let's
be
go.
cute. It's trying to be cute now because he's trying to get away from the demon image. I'm sure
Hmm.
everybody's tired from hearing that now, so we'll stop.
I thought just you were gonna make like a comparison of like in nature where some of the animals with the brightest colors and things like that are usually the deadliest
Nah,
or
fam,
like
I'm
the
still.
most poisonous and shit. So, no, it's just like, ah, yeah, go with the one with the cute profile. Don't believe him. He is a raging pedophile and a sex offender, registered sex offender. You know, so
Fam, I never even said any of the stuff. Literally, fam, I was still getting used to it, like how quickly you started, because most of the time you have a panic attack and then you start,
I
and now you
don't
just started.
usually have a panic
Most
attack.
of the
I
time, most
just
of the time.
some of the times I do.
Yeah.
Some of the times it's just like I don't want to start, so I try to move it on.
But since we both have a few topics, I was wondering what topic would be nice to to reel people in, and I thought of the math question I sent you. You know, uh,
Okay.
8 divided by 2 brackets 2 plus 2 close bracket. What's the answer to that?
The answer should be one.
Should be 1, right? You see,
Yes.
that's what I also thought, fam. But everybody keeps saying 16 or 14, and then
Yeah, but you'll also just have to add the image to the podcast.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
People that watch, you can easily see
God,
the
it's God,
equation.
God, God. It's a podcast, man. It's a podcast. Why the fuck are they trying to watch it? Just listen to it.
Well, the way maybe they want to. Maybe they're waiting for the day that we forget to turn off our cams. You know,
But you never have it on.
like we have it on. Yeah,
It's like you never have it on, so it's never a problem for us.
we've
Oh,
had it on like 2 or 3 times, maybe.
but before we get into all the other fun topics we have, this is a World War Three update topic. you know,
Oh,
always fun to have
okay.
to. And this is actually quite a a funny one. That a lot of I don't know if you've heard, but a lot of non-binary people are trying to leave Ukraine. So, and when they got to the border, they showed the ID and it's like, nah, you can't leave. You have to go fight in the war because their passport said, or the ID said male. So like, you're a male. You're going to go fight. And
See,
people are losing their shit like your fam. I my ID might say male, but I identify as a non-binary person. Like nah. No one gives a shit. You're picking up a gun. It's like people are like identify as they. More the merrier. Let's go.
yeah. But I know that there was a similar thing with like some. I think he might be a comedian or something, but he was also joking about like how all like in regular times you would hear feminists a lot, like those extremely radical ones,
Yeah.
always like no, you have to have everything equal and just and now the moment there's a war going on, they aren't like, yeah, 50% male, 50% female for all the like troops and going in and shit and fighting in the war. So now they're also like, yeah, what happened to you now? What happened to being equal rights and
Yo,
everything?
fam,
Let
they're busy in the kitchen cleaning and cooking and stuff. And I was like, nah. I'm out, fam. This
welcome, misogynist red.
Yeah, fam. That was the running joke, like, fam. It was so
Yeah,
funny for
that's
me
fine.
just to find like, cause the feminist movement just died. It just died after Russia's like, okay, I'm gonna go clap some Ukraine cheeks. The
Yeah,
feminists like gone.
we'll bring everyone in to help fight in the war. Everyone has to at least be ready for war. Um, there was
Uh,
another guy that was speaking. They were talking about the what do you call it? Not obligatory. What's it when it's kind of forced? What's that word I'm looking for?
Post
Okay, well then, never mind. Like where some countries like USA would have, once you
mandatory.
finish with school, mandatory, yeah, you would have those like mandatory 2 to 3 years or something where you have to serve or
That's
do the
that's that's
combat
South
training.
Korea, not
Yeah, I
America.
know. Yeah, no, I know. Not America anymore, but apparently they also had a rule like that because we also had a rule like that, like way back when.
During the apartheid
Um,
era.
yeah, like when my dad finished with school, I know that they still had it
I
or
see.
something like that. But anyway, like they were talking about the whole um, like process that America would have to go through, and like calling in a parliament and just to vote to have that reinstated if they want like the 18 to 20-year-olds to fight again in the war. But they were also like, no, the amount of people in USA that are of age but are too fat or like have other health problems, and so then they won't be able to call on them to fight because they'll have too many health implications. Like
Nah, nah,
everyone
nah.
has to have their asthma.
Asthma pump.
What-
They
yeah,
run. They run
pump.
like 10. They run 10 meters. Like, okay, okay. Let's take a quick puff. In no man's land.
Yeah, yeah. I was just gonna say like how in the trench wars, you just got overran like 5 meters and then just dropped down in like a mortar hole, just like heaving and breathing on your asthma pump.
Just like everybody's just like, okay, let's just give this guy a second. Let him catch his
Uh,
breath at least.
but that would make like a nice explosion. All those oxygen providing, or not oxygen, like chemicals and
Nah,
gases.
the asthma pump does give you like fresh oxygen. You know.
No, it has to do. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna go in that. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Um, but
You
it
know.
doesn't use like fresh air. It works with the mucus and things on your
Uh,
alveoli, I think.
nah,
Uh,
whatever the fuck it gives you. It gives you something to make you breathe and stuff.
yeah,
And now we know fat American people are not going to war because they're gonna,
as and what non-binary people
I
need
don't
to
know. They're going to
be.
war, fam. They're going to war.
Yeah, yeah, they
Dog,
have to. They have to.
if your ID, your passport says male, you're off to war, fam. There's no exceptions. You can identify as whatever you want. You're still going to war if it says male. Pick up a gun to get ready. There's no feminist coming to save you this time.
Yeah.
But
But just a little before we move on, they were also like in that same video where they were speaking about the USA, like their policies and shit. It was like, okay, well, the first people that they would most likely call in or conscript would be 19-year-olds, and then after that it's 20 to 21, and then they go back to 18 or something like that. I can't remember the exact order. When I was like, hey, 19-year-olds, so I'm skipped from the first like line of enlisted people. So
I
yeah,
see. So you're not the first one to go into front lines.
yeah, yeah.
You can see the aftermath of the first frontline people just dying.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be the one that trips over like the severed arms and legs and just got blown off. I'll
I
be
see.
that guy.
Oh yeah, if you ever went to war, fam, just imagine, fam, and you're in the trench wars, and then just an order just comes. All right, okay, everyone, it's time to march into
Storm.
no man's land. It's like, oh, and it's like, you want us to run that? That where there is landmines and there are people just waiting to fire at you, the trigger happy people, like
Yeah, and like like in the movies where they always have like the mounted machine guns just ready
yeah.
to spray you down, or the barbed wire everywhere.
And fam, like and they don't run like, and they don't do it like, because it was a set time where they like in World War, like in the video, there was a set time you can only do it in. Because like, okay, from this time to this time you can only do this much, and then so like basically horns are blowing, and people are just screaming like, yo fam,
Mm.
wouldn't it be better if there was no horns and you were quiet and running
No
through,
announcement,
you
yeah.
know but no, these people were like, blowing the horns, so and screaming their lungs out to run to the other side. You know, I would expect them.
Yeah. Uh, I wait no. Have you watched Blackadder?
Yes, favorite show,
Uh,
one of the top shows
yes,
ever made,
it's
man.
a really nice show. But you remember in that one, the what was it?
The final
Commander
episode.
Melch
Oh,
or what? No, no, like yeah. The final episode was really like quite emotional. But like the strategy of like moving very slowly, that the Germans think it is um, or dead
Gauls.
people or something like that. Yeah,
Oh,
is that they won't suspect them to march very slowly towards the other line. So, but obviously their that strategy never worked. But yeah, that was.
yeah, it was always fun. Now Blackadder. I guess
Um,
Blackadder can be the recommendation for this episode. Obviously, watch it. Watch it. Season one. I didn't really like season one. Season was third. Season one was horrible.
is
Wait,
season one the one in like the old English
yeah,
times or what?
where he plays a dumbass or what it's called, a jerker, not a jerker, a joke. No, I forgot.
No, no, he was the Duke, wasn't he?
No, he was a
Duke,
duke, but he played this. There's a word for those clowns that entertain the king.
a jester.
Yeah, jester. He was playing like a jester, but he was a duke. But then he's just a horrible. Like it was just a
Yeah,
horrible thing. Like, and then
the one where his father was the king, right?
yeah,
That
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he killed his father, or so. He killed someone. Like he killed his own team ally. And I remember the first episode. It was funny, but it just I didn't like the way he was acting. Like then after season two, oh my god, it was like mind blowing. Especially the last season. That was when in the war. That was the best
Yeah.
season. So
Um, I actually enjoyed that one quite a bit, but his role, you know, the Queen Elizabeth that he played, or like, that he played with in the one of the other seasons, where he was also like a higher ranking official or whatever, and then there's the Queen and uh, like her what was the assistant,
yeah,
and they're so really irritating with their laugh and. Oh, it was during the times where they had what exploration journeys,
yeah.
like that one. I didn't like that one a lot.
Huh.
He was smart in that one, yeah, but like he didn't like the whole plot and how irritating Queen Elizabeth was.
That,
Uh,
but yeah, nah, Rowan Atkinson, number one. Act for me, for he's the number
actor.
one actor. But also, I also really like Huge Larry.
Who?
Huge Larry.
Huge Larry.
Yeah, yeah. I think he played George. He played
Oh,
George and
okay.
House, and he played House MD. He's the main character in House. Hugh Larry.
Oh, you, Laurie.
Yeah, no, no, yeah, yeah.
You, Laurie. Okay.
Yeah.
Huge Larry. Yeah, that
I don't
sounds
say
about
huge,
right.
fam. I said Hugh
Nah, it
Larry.
sounded like that.
Hugh Larry, yeah. But yeah, I still really like him. He's really funny.
Mm.
But yeah,
But okay.
that's enough
We
for World War. And sorry about anybody
and
offended. Because
our recommendation of movies for today.
David Dobrik, fam, what do you think about him?
Uh, Wait, David Dobrik, is he the vlogger? Uh,
David Dobrik, the vlogger. He's busy being cancelled right now.
oh, why?
Oh, bro, what? There were some before there were some rape accusations. Not against him, not
Okay.
against him. Like he threw a party, and then his friends,
Someone got raped
uh,
at the party. Or
his
what?
friends got like his friend raped someone, and he knew, like he was recording. He could see, like he knew they were drunk. It's like, yo, fam, things are gonna get lit out here and stuff. So and then he and then like then he posted it, and now then he came back and started canceling him. People were speaking out against him, like he's a horrible human, he's a horrible person, he's like doing some, like he's not fair. You have to do like really toxic stuff, like you have to do a lot of dangerous stunts just to be in the crew. And now his best friend, I don't remember what his name is, and I think he was a model there. they did a really big stunt, and I think it was like they tried a like a string, not a string, a rope on a crane, and
No.
they and then of course they started spinning the crane around, and I'm sure I'm sure they didn't do physics in school, so if they did, they would have known like it's a bad idea. The rope will snap eventually, or I don't remember what happened, but the rope snapped and he flew. And
Oh, someone was attached to the rope that
oh
they
yeah, that
swing.
was the stunt. Yeah, that was the stunt.
Oh, okay.
So the rope.
Sounds
And,
sounds very smart.
yeah, of course, if you just attach a rope and just spin it around, nothing will happen. But if they put force at the other
Well,
end, also, it will
yeah, like
snap.
if you attach a weight to it, like even just the centrifugal force, that can do quite a bit of damage to your body. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
and
Like a prolonged exposure to it. Yeah.
he was spinning quite fast, and then it snapped. He flew. I think he broke. Like his skull I don't know, his skull got fractured and
Fractures. Yeah.
eye was gone, and I think his left side, no, right, left side of the face got pretty badly damaged. Could like he was a model and stuff, so now he's like he so basically didn't want to speak out first. Now he's speaking out like, he made me do this, and he knew how dangerous it could have been. So now they're basically canceling. Everybody's like, no, fuck David Dobrik and how shitty of a human he is. How dare you do this? He should get sued and stuff. And like it's been like going for like 2 3 weeks now. And now David Dobrik finally he released the video on his podcast saying, fam, the guy who had the accident, he's the one who actually sent him the video. He's like, yo fam, let's recreate this. But
Yeah.
he didn't watch the video, right? So like David Dobrik didn't watch the video, so he's like, yeah, he didn't watch the video. He only watched it after the accident. And but the guy who said let's recreate this, he's like, I didn't watch the video in full. I didn't know it was gonna spin this fast. Like, bro, what did you expect? What did you expect to happen? It's like, yo fam, these kids, fam. I don't know. And now everybody just getting people are just suing each other. And yeah, I don't know. This story is very boring, but I just wanted to put David Dobrik's name in the
In the tags.
yeah, you know.
No, I never really watched his videos. Like
I don't
after
know what to do so.
Vine,
Yeah.
I know I watched a few of his vines, but not. I didn't go out of my way to find his vines. I like saw it in compilations and like, oh yeah, David Dobrik and Leslie. Oh wait, no, what was the girl's name that he dated back then?
Leslie
Uh,
Kosha Leslie,
yeah,
some
yeah,
shit like that.
it was Leslie. Yeah. Or something like that. But yeah, I remember some of his videos, but like I always throw him and like Mr. Beast in like the same category of like vloggers that are quite popular. But I think
Yeah.
Mr. Beast is a bit of a better guy than David Dobrik. Then
Hey, yo, fam, everybody thought David Dobrik was a really nice guy, fam. He was giving what Ferraris and houses and Teslas to his friends until everybody is a nice guy until some people start exposing them, So
mm,
so everyone can just wait for when me and Ghost start exposing each other later in the line. Like, turns
our
out both.
current form of exposing each other is making fun of each other in the intros.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
so
like it's still not confirmed. Maybe 5 years down the line we'll confirm that God is actually a pedo, and then you can cancel him and I'll take over the podcast.
no, I'll before you kick me out, I'll make sure to let everyone know that you are a racist and a misogynist, so it's fine.
I think
You'll have your fair share of problems.
I think people will forgive a racist over a over a
Oh
pedophile.
yeah, that's true. Um,
So so that's
nah.
that. Well,
Oh
David,
wait, speaking of
yeah.
like pedos and like I know there was a thread on Reddit or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever you would call it, and they were also like, what is the most fucked up things that you saw or heard of in a prison? Like either of the inmates themselves that heard, or like you are a guard or whatever. Um, and they said that one of them is that the people that get fucked over the most in war, in prisons are pedos and sex
Oh yeah,
offenders.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Pedophiles are the most destroyed.
Hated people,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like your
So
fam.
it's like you can, pedos and rapists as well, but rapists aren't as okay. Well, obviously, pedophilia is also a form of rape,
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that YouTube doesn't care about us using the words, but yeah. Um,
Ah,
no, never mind.
it's spreading knowledge. It's
Yeah,
spreading knowledge, bro.
educational content.
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously that's just weird. But yeah, we can go on.
But like yeah, you want to do, but yeah, Mr. Beast. I don't watch him either. I don't watch any of both of them. I didn't
Uh,
watch his vines, but yeah, I guess that's that for like this random dumb topic that no one wants to hear about. So if you do come to this part, I most probably you dropped off by now. But if you're here, you can go back and just skip to this part because you're changing the topic now.
okay.
Yeah. Uh, Story with us.
Yes, yes. So there was an occurrence, but we want to try something. So even though it is a podcast, and usually you listen to a podcast, we are trying to incorporate some visual aspects into it. So I shall be trying to draw a picture in MS Paint, or what do you call it? Yeah, just
Yeah,
Paint, I guess, is
Paint
also
is
fine.
perfect now, yeah.
So let's see, so share screen. Okay. Well, I guess I can start.
How do I make this full screen now? I don't remember how to make this full screen.
Why aren't you like permanently in full screen though?
No, it isn't full screen. Like, but I wanted this thing a bit bigger, but oh well, it's fine. Is that a cock back?
No, it's not.
What is this gayness going on here?
I'm trying to draw because like what happened is how do you
You can
want
draw
me
first.
to?
No, you can draw. You can draw. It's just to
No,
joke
no,
fun.
no, 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 no. We are starting over now.
See?
Like,
You're going black. Oh, I see black dicks now.
no, I mean now it's time for the white dicks because now you can actually see them. Um, no, that's not what's happening. Well, how am I supposed to? Oh wait, let's use the shapes.
Okay, I see.
Let's be professional, kind of.
Okay. Oh, and you're an artist, so I'm disappointed in you, fam. You're not drawing so well.
Fuck off. I'm not really trying this. It's fine.
But what?
How am I? I'm trying to draw like the. Okay, wait. Let's just do it like this. Okay. So whatever's here on the right side, do not worry about that. That's nothing. We don't have to. We'll just work in this like block that I have drawn here.
You went through the struggle of making it full screen, and then you still use just a portion of the screen. Then, nice.
But like, it's how am I supposed to draw like a square in a rectangle? Huh? How does that work?
Fam, it's easy to draw. It's easy to do that. But yeah, carry on.
I never said that I was a smart artist.
Go on.
Well,
see a yellow line? Another yellow line?
yes, so I'm trying to draw an intersection.
So is this a four-way? No, it's not. It is a four-way.
It has 1, 2, 3. It's a three lanes on each side. So there would be 3 lanes going this way. These ones aren't really important on the side.
You don't have to be perfect, man. We know South Africa can't design shit for. So it kind of looks like the real roads in South Africa.
A little bit. But okay. So when I was driving home from university during the week, I can't remember exactly when it was. I was in this road. Right, let me change the color. Okay, so I was in this lane, and I was trying to draw an arrow, but
no, that's fine.
like these 3 lanes, these 2 of them go across, and then this one goes to that side.
Makes sense.
Yes, and obviously like the cars from the right hand side go over and shit. Okay, anyway, so I had to go this way. Going wait.
You're trying to go straight.
Yeah. I'm trying to go straight across there. And obviously it was at the end of the day, so there was a lot of traffic and things. And as you can see, these 3 lanes, so it's quite a big intersection, I would say. And I was obviously in the left lane, wait, let me draw a car.
Slow lane, I see, yeah, slow lane. If it was me, I would have been in fast lane,
No, but you see, the problem here is that in this lane, like it goes from 2 lanes to the three, but the 2 lanes that these two. Wait, let me just use another color. Um, very very creative. Like the 2 lanes here on the right hand side. They come from 1 lane. They split off into two. So a lot of the times there are people that want to turn right that are in your lane here. So then you have to wait for them to get out of the way in on and into the right hand or the furthest right lane. So it's not fun to be in this one. This one usually goes faster. But anyway, that's beside the point now. So there was a few cars ahead of us and cars behind us and everything. But the robot was green for us for a while, and like obviously a lot of cars went over, and there was just one car in front of us, and then it was us. And out of nowhere, and when I say nowhere, I mean like legit nowhere. Like there was a guy. Um, Wait, can I delete like this one line? Wait, can I click on it? How does how does Paint work again?
There should be a select button. Yeah, yeah, that's select.
Cool. I'll just.
Select.
Uh, can I? Nah, that's not what I want. Okay. Wait. I can be smart about this. Wait. Let me see if I do this and size. I want to make it black because that's gonna take forever. Why
All
isn't
brush. Take
there
the all brush.
bigger?
Okay, there you go.
Okay, well that
There
kind
you
of
go.
works.
There you go.
Um. In anyway, so there was one idiot in on a bike, like a bicycle. Sorry, let me just get the terms right.
A bicycle.
And yes, a bicycle. Like with your legs, you
Pedal.
press on the pedals
Pedal,
and
yeah.
then you move forward. Yeah. And he came from somewhere here. Wait, this is the wrong thing. He came from somewhere on this side. He wanted to drive across,
You want to do
going this
ride
way
along,
around.
as you see.
Yeah. But like instead of waiting, because obviously we had green lights, and these people had the chance to turn right, and we could go straight ahead. So there's no way that he would have had a green light to go across our lanes, like to go from the cross here. And then out of fucking nowhere, he somehow managed to like go in between the cars that were turning right and going straight ahead, until up in front until the lane where we are at. And I'm not sure like what he thought of, but there was a Mercedes in front of us, and quite a new and fancy one. And he was just driving straight, even though we had green light and we were moving quite fast. And he just hit the back of the car, like just behind the wheel and the wheel arch, or what do you call it? Yeah, wheel arch.
Yeah.
That's I
Oh,
don't
whatever,
know what
whatever.
it's
He
called.
just hit the back of the car, fam. Yeah, go on, go on.
Yeah, and the guy on the bike obviously hit the car at that speed, um, and the brake cable snapped off. And when he stood up and he picked up his bike, the handlebar and the wheels was in the same direction. Like it turned like 90 degrees, the whole handlebar. That so he just like clenched the wheel in between his legs and turned the handlebar straight again. And like the front wheel was bent slightly, and the Mercedes that he hit, like obviously he couldn't stop in the middle of the road, so the Mercedes drove across the road, and he like parked here on the other side in the
Yeah.
yellow lane, or like there's the yellow
Yeah, yeah,
markers
yeah.
here where you can't drive, um,
It's for
and the
stopping, yeah.
Mercedes, yeah, he parked here and obviously got out to assess the damage, and the guy on the bike, obviously, the chances are good that he won't be able to pay like insurance for the damages he just caused to the rear bumper of the Mercedes. So this guy just got on his bike and like he put up his hands with the thumbs up, and he just started legging it down the road, and this is a huge downhill this way. So there's no way for the Mercedes guy to get all around and then back to like chase him down or whatever if he wanted to. Like he couldn't turn around here or somewhere.
Yeah.
So that guy just the guy on the bike caused an accident where he drove into the rear bumper of a Mercedes, and He just ran away. He's like, "Nah, I'm fine. I'm not gonna pay for your like damages." And he just went.
Oh, did you see the damage that happened to the Mercedes?
Um, no, it seemed like it was slightly loose. And obviously like paint marks or like or scratches and shit. Um, but then obviously the robot just turned red when we got to the front, and obviously we had to stop. Otherwise, we would have driven over the guy on the bike because he was just laying here on the road, and he picked up his bike as the Mercedes drove over. Um, so we had to wait there. So we couldn't like chase after the guy in the Mercedes to really see the damage. But yeah,
I would
it
have
just
driven over. I'm like, "Yo, let's go."
But
Dumb
yeah,
people like that should be
I just
eliminated.
really don't know how he managed to do it. Wait, can I do? Wait, no, can I just make a new one? There you go. Don't save.
No.
Um, I just really don't understand like how the bike managed to like go in between the car, in between three lanes, because obviously you got the lane that goes to the right. Wait, let me just do this. That's the lane to go to the right, the lane across, and then our lane, which also goes across. So, and like there's these islands on the sides,
Oh, wait,
where like
can't your lane
obviously
also
the
turn left?
no, there's a separate slipstream there,
Okay, there you go.
yeah, which so there's an island here. Wait, let me just use another color for the island.
No,
So,
that's fine. It makes sense now.
okay.
There's another
Well,
island.
there's an island there and an island here. Where obviously the robot for the traffic on that side, going downwards. No, I can't draw an arrow. Um, I should just change my DPI, then it'll be easier, but it's fine, it's too much work. So there's a robot there, and like there's nothing really happening on this side. So this guy on the bike had crossed these three lanes that go this way, um, and he crossed over them, got to this point, and was just like, oh yeah, while we that all want to go ahead, while we all have a green light, he's just gonna go in between the cars across because he wants to go that way and yeah, to the way to the left. And he made it through the first two lanes, and then he hit a car here in the last lane, and it's like, yeah,
You
okay,
hit
well,
the
I'm
most
just gonna.
expensive car.
Yeah, well, our car is also brand new, but it won't be as expensive, I would guess, than as the Mercedes. So yeah,
You said it was a new Mercedes, so it wasn't. What I mean,
yeah, that's
quite expensive. Hopefully, that guys are
yeah.
insured. Insurance is very important.
So, well, the guy that got out was quite nicely dressed, so I'm sure he had some money,
Why
but
don't you
still,
make friends with them? Invite them on the podcast.
why would I? I'm not just gonna go out to random people and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm an internet celebrity. Come be on my podcast." And
With our 19 subscribers.
it's just,
Basically, you can obviously invite him, and most probably he can give some financial advice on how he got rich. Because I've
uh,
seen so many people like buy these really, really expensive cars, fam. So expensive because like I don't understand how they afford them. Like where I work, it's crazy expensive. It's literally just full of like just furniture and random shit. But it's like these people are driving Porsches, Maseratis, and X7s and other Mercedes. I'm like, yo, fam, I need to get on what they're doing. Not what I'm
uh,
doing at all. I need to do what they're doing. But yeah, just want to talk about the driving incident. Not with me. This is basically it happens in shows. Like I've been wondering, like I was watching a Korean shows, like this bitch, she's listening to music. Like okay, yeah, that's fine. It's fine. You can listen to music and cross the road, but she's listening to music, and then she tries to cross, but then she doesn't look to her left and right. She's just like,
wait,
I'm just gonna
is
cross.
she someone walking
Yeah, she's
or
walking.
what?
She's
Uh,
walking across. Of course, like it's fine. You can cross the street, but like you don't have to be a dumbass and not look around. But
mm,
no, these people they're always crossing the road, and then this, of course, the heroic guy comes and saves them. Like, bruh, literally, there's no need. She wasn't even on the pavement. And first of all, I don't understand like these shows, fam. If you're driving, I can understand like it will hurt you like to brake, but still you can see the person coming. You can see there's a
no,
person on the road. You can start breaking down. You can start slowing down even. Like, you can
Well,
start hooting and stuff. But no, these
it
people, they hoot after they pass the person.
well, it would also make a difference, like if there's someone behind you while you're in the car. Like there's another car behind you and you're like keeping at like the same pace with little space in between you. Because like in that situation, I would also rather drive over the person like walking than slamming on the brakes and being rear-ended by another person, like in
No,
a
no, no,
car.
no.
Because that would obviously cause more damage.
Yeah, fam. No, but thing is, right? These cars are like, it's really not like a busy street, like, fam. It's like they're turning slowly. But you can literally see, fam. You can see the person. Like, there was a show, like, he was coming downhill. Like, this guy was coming downhill, fam. He wasn't even driving that fast, maybe like 60 kilometers per hour. And you could see the girl crossing. And then this guy's like, nah, nah. Oh, there's a girl crossing. I'm gonna speed up. I'm gonna speed up now. And then as soon as he gets right to the end, of course, like the other shit happens in the show. Like, he just stops the car. But it's so dumb, man. People just don't look left and right when they're crossing. Especially they have excuse like they listen to music, and now they don't have to look at left and right. I don't understand why they do that.
People really are idiotic.
Especially when it comes to roads. Especially when it comes to
Uh,
roads, yeah.
I know I watched a video recently. It's one of the people I think I follow on Instagram. Um, there was a time where I really liked motorbikes, and he was one of the people that made like really interesting dash cam videos, or like, not dash body cam because you're on a bike, so you can just use the body cam. Um, and he recently made a video. Is somewhere in England, and he has quite a nice bike. Like you can, if he has a really nice engine, so like when he revs it, it's quite loud and everything. So he just uploaded the video of a compilation of him like driving on the roads, and then people walking when the robot is still red for them, or like it's not their time to go across the street and everything. And he would ref at them, and like the people would obviously would get frightened and get jumped or and everything. And it was just funny to see like these people thinking like, oh no, I can just quickly run over the road while it's still red. And then he just like revs his engine and it looks like they shat themselves and
Yeah, I see.
they jump like 20 meters in the air and they're like,
Yeah,
ah.
that's the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest thing when people do. It's like they're like, of course, like they're if you like, you wrote the exam like for the what's for learners, but
Yeah,
like
the emergency braking or
not
not.
an emergency brake, not that. Think about it's like most of the rules it says passengers, not passengers, pedestrians first. Like
Yeah.
but fam, I can understand why pedestrians first, but if it's a green light and you're coming in fast, fam, especially like highways, I don't want you to be crossing the road, fam. If you're crossing the road, there's no pedestrians first. That is just you or the car who's gonna cross first.
Yeah, no,
That's
like
all that's there.
I understand the pedestrians first, but that's usually at a pedestrian crossing.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and I know there's a lot of rules, and or that we have at least. It's not enforced, but like there was a rule of something like if there is a pedestrian crossing within 100 meters of you, you have to use that rather than just like cross the road anyway. But
Oh yeah.
people obviously don't do that
Oh
because
yeah.
that's extra work to go and walk to the.
Ah, that's fucking dumb, bro. It's like, yo, why would you do
But
that, fam?
another thing that I've seen a few times, like I know the one time I was at a friend, we visited a friend's house in Johannesburg somewhere, um, and I slept over there. And the next, no, I didn't. Oh yeah, I was just driving back really late. It was like 6 o'clock or
Dumb.
something, uh, at night, and okay, well that's late enough to be on the road still. And there was it's on the main highway
Wait,
here, so
6
it's
a.m. or p.m.?
PM.
The
I
fuck is
meant
that's not
like
late, fam? What the fuck?
yeah, no, I meant for like regular traffic. It's
What?
late for me. It's
What?
because I
What?
usually like to be before the main like cars and everything. Peak hours.
That's not late.
That's fine. Fuck off. It might have been later because I know that I had to drive with my lights on, so it might have been like closer to 8 o'clock.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
okay.
because it was quite dark. Yes, I do remember that. But there were people. Then it's four lanes on each side. Four lanes going that way, four lanes coming back, and people were in the middle, like pedestrians in the middle of the highway. Meaning a place where we all drive like 120 to well, usually 120. there were pedestrians that were just running across the 4 lanes because like they have to get to the other side. But obviously, you can't cross a highway as a pedestrian. You just can't. That's so wrong. And then there were people like that. And in the one place, there was fucking goats on the side of the road, like eating grass and things on the side of the road. And one of them also was like in one of the lanes, and people had to like swerve out of its way, obviously. And I just don't know why, because it was one of the areas like next to what do you call those informal housing? What do you call that?
The rural area.
Townships, like the townships. So I'm not sure if that's like one of their like herds of goats or whatever, but they were just in the roads and people walking across the road. It's just why?
Well, on that topic, people being down. I've also seen this quite a bit, like in shows. It's mostly okay. Not maybe it's also in real life, but um, what when people have like they have sex, like unprotected sex, and then the girl gets pregnant, and then when the girl tells the guys like I'm pregnant, like, and then they're like, what? How? Like this, like, fam, what do you expect? If you don't use a condom.
If you do the sexting and you do not use the protection, you will get the children as well.
It's like what the Korean drama I was watching. These guys, of course, they're like it was like some they were like teenagers and they were having sex. And it's like the girl's like the girl got pregnant. She came to tell the guys like, how, fam, what do you mean how? You had sex. That's how she got pregnant.
It's like some of the people, they think that they are old, but like if you're older, your the chances of pregnancy go down as you age.
What? Only for females. For males, you could be 100 and still get
Yeah,
kids.
but still, it's fine. Some people don't know that. But some people, when they're older, have other problems like incompetency, so it's fine. Wait, no, not incompetency is when you wet yourself. Wait, what do you call it when you can't get an erection?
What dysfunctional erectile dysfunction?
Yeah, but like, isn't there another word for it?
Oh yeah, there's a very very bad. What's I forgot the word. It's something.
But yeah, that's
Ah.
fine. So when you get older, the chances of pregnancy go down, and they're like, no, we're young people, and pregnancy doesn't happen every time, right? You know?
Well, I just thought people thought the pull-out game was on point. And then
Yeah.
it's not. But also like, if you do have sex, fam, and you don't pull out, like, what do you expect? Huh?
Uh,
What do you expect, fam?
did you
Like,
really think that if you make her your cream pie, that she won't get pregnant? Huh?
what? If you make her your cream pie, what? If you make her your what?
Yeah, if she is now your
If you
little cream
give
pie, I
her,
just
if you
want to
give
say
her,
if you make her your cum dump,
if you oh, do you mean if you give her a cream pie, fam? If you don't, if you make her,
Yeah,
fam,
but she's now
fam,
your cream pie, and now she has a bun in the oven. The whole pastry's
no, fam. You're saying it wrong, fam.
expressions.
You're saying yeah, you have a bun in the oven, that's fine, but you don't make someone your cream pie. You
Yeah,
give
I
them a
know
cream
you
pie.
give someone a cream
Yeah,
pie.
so
I'm
why are you
not an
saying?
idiot.
But you're saying you make them a cream pie. But anyway,
Potato, potato. Uh,
so goat eventually ended up on how people do dumb stuff. Goat ended up here because he can't say phrases properly. But anyway,
yeah, yeah.
Uh, also there was a before after moving on from dumb people, from dumb people to smart people. What do you think about people using loopholes to get out of legal predicaments?
Why did you have to say so weirdly?
Why not? It's funny.
But anyway, yeah, like I think it's fine. Like if it is a loophole, then congrats. You did your research and you found a way to abuse the system. So then I think it's still okay. Like obviously, if you're doing something wrong, it's still wrong. Um, but like if you managed it, then kudos to you, because I'm sure not a lot of people can say like, ah, no, we managed to like beat the system.
Oh yeah,
Hello, you still there?
yeah. But yeah, I don't, okay. But anyway, back to dumb people. Uh, what do you think about the girl that got, I think, 14 million rand and spent like about 800,000 on groceries shopping?
I'm sure she bought a lot of food for all her friends and family, you
Oh yeah, I
know.
think she spent like about I think it was 100K in checkers.
I, I've
But
never actually like taken the time to see how much money I or like our house spends on grocery shopping. So,
I'm
but
sure it's
that
not. I'm
just
not sure it's
seems
not
a
a hundred
whole lot.
thousand.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a way too much.
Like 5,000. Yeah, that's like for like a month. You know, people spend five
Yeah,
thousand to 10,000. Like, you know, like fancy. If you're going really fancy brands, 100,000 in checkers. That's kind of
yeah,
quite a lot, fam.
no, it really is. I do remember seeing a video of this girl.
Oh yeah.
She was also bragging a whole lot. She spent like I think 8,000 or $80,000 um
What?
per month in like shopping and things. But then she's like some quote unquote influencer or like model or something. I don't know, like some
Nah.
internet celebrity. Um, and it's like she what she spends in a month is more than most people would make in a year's time. You know,
Fam, no
so
way. $80,000 is quite a lot of in
yeah.
brands.
I can't remember how many digits this had, but I do remember it was quite big. So I think it would rather be the 80,000 than 8,000. So
80,000 is about 1.2 million rand per month. So it's small change for these people, you know. But yeah, but you know, the girl who got the 14 million from Nesfus was found
uh,
guilty. I think she has to pay about like 600,000, or I think she has to pay 80% back. Yeah. She gave the 14 million back, of course. Like, you know, most of the money she went back, but she for the
yeah,
money she
the
spent, she
the
has to
things
pay
that she didn't
80% back.
manage to spend yet. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so yo, she's on Nesfus, and now she has to pay back. Fuck.
Like, I really don't know what you do at that point.
You give it back, fam. Like, if you by
Yeah,
mistake get, like, you know, she knew that she
yeah,
has.
obviously, it was her fault, but like, what do you do?
No, no,
How
no.
do you
It was
get that
also
amount of
Nasfa's
money?
fault. You know, like it was also Nasfa's and whoever deals with giving money. Like, how the
Yeah,
fuck did you give 14 million to someone by mistake? 14
yeah.
million, fam. And then why? Why in the world would you, like, that late girl? Why would you just go start spending it and spend 800,000 rand in what, in a week or in a month on groceries only? So, you know,
Nah,
she deserves it to pay 80% back of the money. Uh, you know, so that's that being dumb. But also, I heard that UP has to pay back. Apparently, UP is having electricity problems. Like, you know, Escom is trying to shut them down because they haven't paid like 34 million
oh
rand.
yeah, I actually just spoke to my parents and our friend about that. Because my mother and this friend of ours also worked there,
Mhm.
at UP, and we were just speaking. And apparently, I'm not sure if you heard or the reason why, but in 2015 or 2013, the grounds that UP is on got bought by someone else
Mhm.
or something like that, or like the ownership changed, and it never got updated on the municipality's like website or the database or whatever. So they kept on billing UP for the electricity, even though the UP, like the grounds and everything, isn't on their name anymore. So they don't have to pay the electricity and things. So it's once again our lovely people in
Government.
charge of our country, it's their wrongdoing of like not having their things updated or on the right like set up right correctly. So it's not UP's fault. They don't actually owe that amount of money. It's whoever has the real or whoever the real owner of the like pieces of land is and like the buildings and shit. But still, that's a whole lot of money to pay.
34
Um,
million, eh? It's quite a lot.
mm.
But, you know,
Oh.
yeah.
I got a story to tell quickly
Yeah, go, go.
about UP. So Friday, obviously, I'm not sure if you've been in the admin building.
Mm-hmm.
But or like at least our floor has a lot of long corridors to get to like my office. So you had to walk like 2 or 3 long corridors. And when we got there, like it's like 200 meters away. Then you turn, and it's like 100 meters from my office. And while I was walking down the corridor, I saw those yellow like pop up boards that they make for like caution wet floor, like
Mhm.
those ones. Or the sign is what I'm looking for. There were two of them there, and like the floor looked somewhat shimmering, or like it looked like it sparkles ever so slightly because there's lights in the corridor. And as we got closer, we saw that it was flooded. There's just like 50 meters towards the one side that got flooded with water, and all the like 100 meters to my office was also flooded. Okay, flooded in the sense that it was like 2 centimeters of water, but 2 centimeters of water in a corridor that's like 100 meters long, that's quite a lot of
And
water.
that's a lot of water, yeah.
Yeah, and apparently one of the water pipes in the bathroom like just
Burst.
broke. Yeah, burst, and throughout the night, water just kept leaking out. And one of my bosses was really unhappy because like what happened? There's supposed to be security guards on campus, like in the corridors, walking up and down. So like, why didn't they notice the water or whatever? Because like if you were to walk that way, you would like hear, or like even if you don't walk with a flashlight or something, you would hear the water that you're treading on or whatever. Um, but anyway, so my office got flooded slightly. Like 2 meters in got full of water, and luckily the boxes that got wet were files and things that I had to go like get shredded because
Ah,
like there's old papers or whatever. So it's nothing really important that got damaged in the water. But some of the other offices, like the one just next to me, they have their desktops, their computer boxes,
ah.
like sitting on the ground, not on like a small block or anything elevated from the ground. No, it's just on the floor. So there was water in the bottom of the cases. I'm not sure
As,
if they turned on, but yeah,
hopefully they didn't turn it on because that is a hazard.
a health risk. Yeah.
you know. Well, this also falls under people being dumb. Quite a long
Yes.
section, but that's that for people being dumb. I guess, but that's that for this podcast also. We have lied about our opinions being on Spotify, but clearly no one ever gave a shit because no one watched it.
We might still try and figure it out, but currently they are asking for money to upload to
Yes,
Spotify.
yes, yes. And we are
So,
poor, so you know,
mm,
so that's not happening.
if you guys want to donate to us,
Mm,
I'm sure we'll accept it with open arms and then
yes,
use the money on something else.
you
Uh,
know, but I guess that's it. There's no other stories for this week. Hopefully we have a guest next week. I know God was supposed to bring in like this girl. He still doesn't bring her
nah, I
in.
wasn't. I was
The
supposed to bring in one of my other friends that you know.
fam, those that friend does not want to. Which friend? No.
The ham.
Oh, yeah. You said that he's gonna come on one day, so
Yes, yes.
counting on it one day. But
I might organize with him for next week. So when you can't know until you know.
I still want that girl to come on. I want that girl
I
to
do
come on.
not want that girl to come on. So
Fam, I think it would be the best. I think it would be the best episode to talk about pyramid schemes.
Red, what would you think if someone spoke about your finances and messages between you and that person prior or publicly over a podcast? Huh? And then after that you get invited onto said podcast and kind of made fun of further,
We're
huh?
not gonna make fun of her, fam. We're gonna talk about it, like we're gonna explain to her. So, do you know you're dumb?
Do you know that you made a mistake and did a very idiotic thing?
We don't judge
Or
here.
do you?
We don't
Yeah,
judge.
yeah.
But you're being dumb, right?
We
You can
don't
give
judge, but we think that you did a really dumb thing.
You know,
And
you know, I would recommend you invest in us,
yeah,
and
yeah.
we can release
We
better.
have a bright future. We went from watch time being like 1 minute six wait no 16 seconds to 8 minutes. So that's
Oh
like
shit!
that's a really big
It's a big
increase
jump.
in
It's a big jump.
yeah, yeah.
Like these people are watching 8 minutes of a video. I don't know, man. Whoever. But you know, if anyone has made it this far, fam, please share the episode, like and subscribe. Uh, Comment down below. I see that Goat really likes liking every comment.
What else am I? YouTube has a section of where you can check the comments and check the comments that you've responded to and interacted with. So you might as well click the like button on the comments.
Why don't you
They
comment back, fam? Like, ah, thanks for commenting. Like, ah,
what would I say?
thanks for commenting. Ah, yeah, yeah.
Just a
Hopefully.
generic copy
Oh no, no,
paste.
no. Oh,
Thanks
oh,
for commenting.
no, no, no. Not thanks for commenting. You're supposed to put like. Don't forget to like and subscribe also. You did the third one. But yeah, you could have said yeah, you can also come on the podcast. You can also do this, but oh well. But I guess it's fine. It's fine. So
Yeah.
if you are watching till the end, share with your friends. Tell them to subscribe. Just like I said, like I'll say all the time, put the episode in the background. If you wanna listen to some random people talk, go for it. But if you don't want to, just mute it, leave it, and enjoy life. And that's that.
Continue on your sad existence.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because we curse you every week. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this has been your Extremely Average podcast with your hosts, Goat and Red, and we thank you for joining us today. And as always, Teap curses you with an extremely average week.
Bye bye.